Thanks, Matt. Let's do a B&E on your birthday. My B&E days are long gone, man. No. Now it's just protecting my house. When you're young, it's about the B&E. You get a little older, it's about preventing one. I did not sleep a lot last night. I was up getting birthday greetings from anywhere and everywhere, so I'm a little tired, but in the good way. I just want to pop on here for a few minutes and say thank you to everybody because I got a lot of birthday greetings. There's a little watermelon fucking sippy cup today. Appreciate you guys. Thanks everybody. Have a great one, Dane. Thank you. Thank you. I will. I didn't see Chris Rock's new special. I just saw some of the excerpts, but it looked good. I'm ready for Employee of the Month too. I wish I was dropping a birthday gift on you to say E of the M is happening, but so far, no. Happy birthday, Dane. Happy birthday, Mensch. Can't wait to see you in April. Yes. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Shafty McDongle. Dangle. Just gifted 2. Thank you so much. That's a birthday gift right there. Thank you for the subs. Yes, it's my birthday. It's my damn birthday. I'm not really a birthday guy. I don't really celebrate birthdays, but I know how much other people like to celebrate your birthday. So I've learned to I've never not liked birthdays. I never leaned into them. I always kind of was like, all right, whatever. We do something great. I was like that ever since I was a kid. I remember being like 12 or 13 and my mom being like, so it's your birthday on Saturday. What do you want to do? And I just was like, just what do we normally do on a Saturday? She'd be like, but it's your day. I'd be like, but everybody else is out. They're not out for my day. And she's like, but they will be if they know it's your birthday. I was like, no, it doesn't make sense. It's everybody's day. Anybody who is alive, it's our day. Everybody has a birthday. I said, you imagine if every single day we had to celebrate a damn birthday for somebody else out there? Of course, my comedy stylings were already coming together at 12 or 13. But I'm grateful. I appreciate it. Kelsey T's taking me to my favorite place for dinner. So I would be lying if I didn't say it's a great birthday. It's a great birthday. I slept 15 minutes last night, so this will wake me up. I'll do my swim. I might grab a couple. Maybe I'll grab a couple games and then I'll go do my swim because it's beautiful out here today. Come in the DMZ and get the new Tempest. That's not a bad idea for my birthday. Maybe somebody will gift it to me for my birthday. How's that? That'd be the easiest way to do it. To do fucking nothing. And somebody just goes, here's the Tempest. I love the Star Wars collection. This is just a piece of it, man. There's even more. I got R2-D2 and sometimes just comes around into the office. It's about this big. But I attached to Zumba. When R2 sees a little mess. Alright. That was a little much. There should be a Roomba, though. A Star Wars edition. Looks like a little R2. Who just subbed? That was Arctic Book. I couldn't see the name. That was, for some reason, some letters on the screen just don't pop. They don't pizzazz out. I did watch The Last of All of Us. I don't want to say in case people didn't, but I'll say this. I loved the whole season. I loved it. You know what I loved about it? I loved, again, no spoilers, if you're catching up. I loved that it was, keep in mind, I've never played the game. Okay? I have not played the game, but I knew of the game, of course. I know what it's about. But what I loved about it is, I felt like every episode was just its own, quote, like, game. Like when you jump on a game, that's, you play for an hour, that's your episode of playing a game. You have ups, downs, you win, you lose. And I liked that every episode felt that way. It was, certainly there's a story and everything's tied together, blah, blah, blah. But I like that every episode felt like I just jumped into something that was like a game when you jump on for a couple hours. And that, I think, is what really makes that show stand out. If you haven't watched it, just sit back, relax, let everything fucking go quiet in your house, and just watch a really well acted, really well made show. Right, right. I don't want to say too much. I love Succession. I'm developing a show right now that's kind of like in the world of Succession. It's not that kind of immense, heavy drama, but it's kind of like an ensemble corporate. And I play a bad good boss, the kind of guy that you want when you want to get something done, and the guy you don't want against you when they don't want you to get something done. I just gave you the full pitch without saying what I do, who I am, where the setting is, or what it's about. Yes! That's how good I am on my birthday. I hope I get to make it, man. I really do. It's been a funky time in the industry. All I would love for my birthday is just for a couple of the irons in the fire that I have right now to catch a little bit of heat, because the Twitch stuff's blowing up. The documentary stuff we already are filming, we already got financed. The tour stuff has been amazing, and we're all through April. I hope you're going to go, danecook.com. And then there's some other little side projects that you're just hoping catch some heat. You know, that's life, right? We're always hoping we catch a little bit of a wind in our sails moment, get some heat. And I already got a bunch of heat on. So when you already have heat on some things, it's tough to expect it in others, because you got to kind of just stay grateful for the heat that is on when it is on. A lot of first-time chatters in here. Rich, thanks for the follow. Happy birthday, Dane. Benson's Animal Farm. Are you taking me? Mandalorian. Am I liking the new season? I watched the first one. Are they embracing campiness? Is that what's happening? I loved Andor so much. If you never watched Star Wars and you just watched Andor, you would love it. You wouldn't even need to know Star Wars. And yet there was still a bunch of stuff in there that was like Easter eggs and fan kind of participation things. Hey, Chuck. Hey, buddy. But it made Mandalorian feel even a little campier. And I know Mandalorian's more fan service. I don't know. I got to keep watching. The first episode, he was like, there was, again, no spoiler, there was like somebody in like a green mask at one point. And I remember thinking like, ooh, this is like embracing the 1980 version of Star Wars or something. I don't know. I don't know. I love The Mandalorian, but I don't know yet. I don't know I wrote my buddy Jason, who were the geek squad on my phone. I was like, do I like this? And he was like, we'll talk once you watch a couple more. And I was like, oh, okay. Rich, subscribe with Prime. Thank you. That's a nice little bday gift. Andor is not only badass, I think Andor is probably the best show of last season. I cannot wait for season 2. Dying for it already. And I thought the performances were like Game of Thrones first 3 seasons level. Insanely good. Yeah, Andor is just kind of a perfect show. Perfect writing. Perfect, like the ending. Just, I'm going to rewatch it again on the road. I'll probably just start it again in April when I'm back out on the road. It's just so good, man. It's so good. The next episodes are where it's at of Mandalorian. All right. I like the Andor, but the pacing kind of bored me. Hey, that's an honest assessment, but I got to tell you something right now. The first episode, they call it that's a pilot episode, and it's unpacking a lot. So you always have to go in like, no, a pilot episode, so it's going to be tough. It's just, who's that? Why do I care about this person? Who's that? The second episode, now it's really starting to drive the story forward, and you're like, okay, they really want us to know that this Cassian Andor is ambivalent. Let's just say that. I will promise you, if you watched Game of Thrones, The first 3 episodes of Game of Thrones were tough to watch. What is a Targaryen? What is the Starks or who? And why do I care? Why did that guy I like just die? He's already out of the show. Wait, was that real? A lot of things about that show, if you remember, made you feel ambivalent. If you went back and watched the first 3 episodes of Game of Thrones, once you started the second season, you loved it. I did. Because you were like, I get it. Now I get it. Oh, I know what I missed. Andor's the same way. I watched episode 4 and I freaked out. It was so good. Episode 3, I probably freaked out. But episode 4, I was like, okay, wait. I'm fully in. Then I went and rewatched it up. And I was like, okay, I love it. But it did. It was that kind of storytelling. It took a beat to... Because it's reinventing the Star Wars lore. You know, it's reinventing the world. It asks a lot of the audience member. In a day and age where we're swiping through TikTok and getting the story quick, you gotta it's like a good book. And a good book at first, you're like, ooh, this is heavy. I'm holding this heavy thing in my hand. And one page, and I'm like, am I even reading this or am I just looking at the page? All that being said, Andor's awesome. I think it's going to win a lot of Emmys. I'll say that. Guys, 230 strong in here. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the birthday love, greetings. Thank you. I saw an interview with George Lucas before he said Disney. He had a completely different idea for 7. He did. 7, 8, and 9 were totally different for Lucas. Here's my pitch. Here's where they disappointed me with Force Awakens and everything. Here's what I loved. I love that they were going to put a strong female character at the center, because I grew up loving that Princess Leia fought with Luke, grabbed a blaster. She was into it. She was swinging across it was like, oh wow. She was like a damsel in distress. I dug that. Again, I grew up with a lot of, my mom was a strong woman. I was like, come on, this chick's got some fucking attitude. Let's go. And so I liked that. And so I liked Rey. And at first I liked the character Finn. I thought that was such an interesting, he had to put the Stormtrooper helmet. Kind of reminded me of when Han Solo wore it. It was kind of a little bit of a throwback to it worked for me. Where it lost me, where it disappointed me, was nothing to do with the director. I don't care about it's not about the director. It's about the company behind it saying, this is the direction we want to take the whole thing. And then the producers and directors were probably kind of at the mercy of. So let's forget who directed it. Let's forget all that. Doesn't matter. You could have a capable, no-name director, and with great producers and cinematographers, you go, oh wow, that's a first-time director. So I don't care who directed it. I have no problem with it, because I'm a fan of the directors and the producers. But on this story, they needed to bring Luke Skywalker in earlier. They needed to bring Han Solo in earlier. They needed to keep the core of Star Wars, the people from Return of the Jedi, on, okay? What they should have done was Luke Skywalker should have been in it sooner. He should have been on the adventure sooner. He should have even maybe been the driving force. We need to go get Han Solo. We got to go there. He should have been the driving force for a lot of this force. And here's where they lost me with Luke, in a sense. That they pulled me back in a little bit in the other thing that they put him in. No spoilers. We all know what that is at that point, right? Mandalorian. You could have had Luke Skywalker be... Remember how Kylo Ren stopped the laser in the air? He held his hand up and stopped the laser, and it was floating. I always pictured a moment when all the AT-ATs and everything were shooting at Luke, which we later found out was like a hologram. I didn't like that. I was hoping when the smoke cleared, he would have had his hand up and 1 billion lasers would have been floating in the air. 1 billion lasers. He's really there. That's how powerful Luke is. I wanted a Luke. Ready? I've never said this out loud. I don't think I've ever heard it described this way. For me, I wanted Luke to be the power of the Death Star. I wanted Luke to be able to, if he wanted to rip apart an Alderaan, he knew he'd gone somewhere for years, and he was that powerful. They never showed that Luke. My dream of that Luke was completely dismantled at that point. Broke my heart. Because the Luke that I wanted was like what John Wick is to John Wick. I wanted Luke to be impenetrable, unbeatable, almost godlike, to where you're like, nothing could stop him. He's, to where we would see an army being built, and then we'd see Luke coming towards it. And some point in the movie, we'd be like, wait, Luke isn't amassing an army. He's not. Luke is the army. And you'd be like, oh my God, he's going to do this alone. And you're introducing Rey, and you're introducing Finn, and you're introducing Poe, and let them all kind of like grow with the Luke that we know. We want a Luke at the center. We wanted the people that we know back. That's why we got into it. That's why we got into it in the first place. That's what we're all waiting for with Force Awakens, right? We're all waiting like, let's get the gang back together. Road trip. Dust off the Millennium Falcon. Let's go. Let's go get Luke's hand back, wherever the fuck that's floating in space. But I wanted Luke to be John Wick with a lightsaber. I wanted Han Solo to be the pilot. I'm going to get you to that planet, Luke. I'm going to land this thing on that planet. Okay? I wanted it to be of that caliber. Hold on one second, guys. Landline can only mean one thing. Someone's at the door. I'm like Mr. Rogers. Hello? Hello? Okay, I'll buzz the door. You can leave it inside. Okay? I'll buzz it now. There's a bunch of little birthday gifts down at the bottom. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of my theory that we'll never see? John Wick with a lightsaber, right? Appreciate you, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the birthday love. I just didn't want to see Luke being a hermit curmudgeonly. It was almost like they were like, oh, he's like Ben. But Ben at least had like some personality and was excited. By the time they got to Luke, it was like, wait, why is he upset? They were celebrating victory at the end of Jedi, and then suddenly you're like, wait, why is he drinking blue milk and angry, seemingly? You would think when someone showed up at his door, Chopper, no more. Come on, bud. You think when someone showed up at his door, his first reaction would be like, wait, how did you find me? You are the chosen one, knowing whoever's here, whoever got here to find me here, like, whoa. I also think that he should have raised the X-Wing up out of the water easily with one finger as a callback to Empire Strikes Back, and then hit a button and you see like a shield come around it, off of it, and he's like, yeah, no, I saved this X-Wing in case I needed it. This thing fucking won me the war. There's so many things that they could have done differently. I really feel like they missed the mark in so many ways. And Lucas had them, I don't know what the story was, Lucas had them at the core. I know that Lucas had them at the core. It was still in many ways a strong Skywalker story. But enough of that for my birthday. I'm done. Am I going to tour the UK? If the UK calls and has me over there, I'd love that. If I were to ever come in and direct something Star Wars related, and I'm building up my, directing reel, directed a couple of things recently, and of course American Exit, we went for an Oscar qualification, we got very close. If I was to ever direct, it would be something more weighted and grounded in the vein of Andor. That's the way I've always thought. Real dense, intense storytelling with action. If you have intense storytelling, great actors, intense storytelling with the action, everybody will be happy. Okay? The people that don't love heavy drama will love the action. People that love more lore will be into it. It doesn't feel as puffy. It doesn't feel as superfluous. That's the kind of storytelling that I'm into. Dane Cook is every Star Wars fan ever. I think aside from Patton, there's no bigger Star Wars fan in this town than I am. And you know what? I'm buddies with Kyle Newman, who directed Fanboys. I've known Patton for years. Like, people don't realize. My best friend out here, my road dog, my inner circle core is Brian Burke, who produced Lost, who produced Fringe, which I loved, who produced Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise, Star Trek reboot, and then of course Star Wars. And then I got to get some inside scoop, which I'm not allowed to share. I'm sworn to secrecy because I'm friends with Burke. But knowing him and getting to talk about the behind the scenes and like, very cool. Very cool. That'd be like sitting with anybody who produced, or George Lucas, the first Star Wars, and getting like, hey, where did this character come from? Or why is it this? Or why not that? And getting directly from the producer or director, oh, couldn't afford it. Oh, that character didn't make sense to me because da da da. It's like, actually, my friend Jason and I wrote something about this guy that we're seeing if we can get it made. Okay, so this guy says, too bad Star Wars sucks dick now with Star Wars. I will say this, DF, Defreckle. I just want to say this. Go watch Andor. I promise you, watch Andor. I think it'll reignite your love of Star Wars. I loved Rogue One. Some people didn't like Rogue One. I thought it was brilliant from the minute I saw it. I knew it was my new favorite. I knew it was second to Empire when I saw it. Third. I'll say third because I really love Return of the Jedi. You watch it up. If you liked Andor, watch Rogue One. Watch Andor. Okay? I promise. Hey, you have the right to your opinion, and the first 4 episodes of Andor could be replaced with action and a 10-minute montage. I don't know if I would say that. I got to push back on that one. I feel like the first 2 episodes was a lot to unpack and unload, but as a fan of great directing, acting, producing, I was enjoying it, story aside, for a lot of reasons. I was enjoying it just going, wow, there's no lightsabers, there's no Jedi, this is like, to me it was building up like a Shawshank Redemption in the Star Wars universe. It was the grown-up Star Wars I'd always wanted as I grew up with it. So I don't think you could have, you definitely could not unpack what happened in the second half of 3 and 4 in a montage. The first 2 episodes, if you go back and watch once you've gotten to the finale, it makes way more sense. You had to. I almost feel like the director was like, if you don't like the first 2 episodes, I don't want you to watch. Just beat it, because you're not going to understand full story, full circle what I'm doing here. So I respect your opinion. I hope you respect mine. I love the first 4 episodes. It just took a minute to get into. Guys, thank you. Thank you for all the birthday love. I think probably what I'll do is grab a couple of games right now. We got about 370 people in here. If you want to make my birthday great right now before I jump off in a couple minutes, gift somebody a sub. 1 sub to somebody else, and that'd be a nice little bday gift for me. I'll take it. Trying to build up my community. Of course, throw me a follow. But if you want to throw somebody in here a random sub, or directly, whatever, do your thing. Maybe you like something that somebody said about Star Wars. Go for it. Echo sub with Prime. That gets up. Thanks, Echo. Sonic Gravity gifted a tier 1. Thank you so much, Sonic, for my bday. Matt did take the ice cream, by the way. Dasnik, thank you. Legion, both subbed. And Legion, that's a 2-month. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. It's my birthday, so I will lovingly accept your inclusion of gifting the subs. STL Batman with the tier 1, thank you. KDX 8300 sounds like a great sci-fi movie name. Thank you so much for the tier 1. That's a total of 3 to the channel. Cheers. My little watery melon drink. Tool bag with the gifting of the tier 1. Guys, thank you so much. Masterman gifted 5 tier 1s to the community. That's my birthday right there. It's my bday. JTCA subscribe with a tier 1. Masterman, I see who you hit. Congratulations to those 5 winners. Mohegan is April 29th. Tickets are limited now. Couple of doubles, maybe 1 or 2 triples when I looked at the map. Mohegan Sun, DaneCook.com. Come see me April 29th. All of New England should be coming to that. Damn it, we should add a show there. Dirt Skills, gifting a tier 1. Thank you, Dirt. Ninja Stalker with the tier 1 gets up. Appreciate you guys. Thank you again. All the birthday love. All the birthday love. I'm getting it also on my phone here. My goodness. Things are blowing up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. My little sister. Oh, man. Happy birthday. Oh, man. Sorry. Dracus14 gifted 5 tier 1s to my community. Thank you, Dracus. Thank you. Dracus getting the thanks from the community in here. I saw you live in Detroit at the Palace years ago. It was an awesome show. Any show I've ever done in Detroit was an awesome show. I can tell you with full confidence. I used to come into Detroit and I had this stigma, maybe growing up watching things like RoboCop. I was like, I can't let Detroit down. Fucking Detroit's been through a lot. Detroit people in movies are always pretty fucking badass, kind of scary. So I'd come to Detroit like, I'm not even giving 80%. I'm giving 180%. I'm never leaning against the wall like some comics. So what else is going on? It was like, bah. So I promise you, Detroit, anytime I come through your region, you're getting a show. And I hope you'll come see me on the Perfectly Shattered tour. Titan, thank you for subbing with Prime. That's 2 months. Thank you. Fuck OCP. Guys, thank you so much. Def Tiger Blood, subscribe to the tier 1. That's now a 2 month. Thank you so much, Tiger. Boom. There we go. Saw you a few years back. Manners feel like I don't know what that means. Guys, thank you again. All the subs, all the gifting of subs. I think I'll jump on now and grab a couple of games. What do you think? It sounds like it could be fun times, right? Thap and Nap, gifting a tier 1 to the community. Andor needs a second season. It got it. It's already being made right now. They say it's going to be even bigger. Perfectly Shattered, Florida? Yeah. Get on the mailing list. October, November dates are going to be released soon. Do you remember going to Iraq in 2008? Of course. I'll never forget it, ever. That was like an incredible moment. I nothing but like complete gratitude that I was asked to come over and entertain the military personnel all over Iraq. Vegas, baby, April 1st. Easily the most goated actor now streaming games. God bless. Thanks, Daddy Biscuits. Thanks, guys. What do you think? Couple of games? Let's grab those games. Let's do it. Okay. Okay. Didn't know you were a streamer, game man. Always thought you were hilarious. Happy birthday, bro. Hope you have a great one. Thank you so much. And that was, who is that? TJ. TJ. Whenever that purple font comes up, I can't read it on my computer. I'm also on a fucking 2013 Mac. You know why? Because except for one Mac 2 years ago, they haven't released another computer. Everything's tablets, iPad, iPhone. I need a new, like, iMac Pro. The resolution on this thing's starting to get, it's probably in 720 DPI. First time chat says, happy birthday, Dan. Love you a shit ton. Hope you enjoy the birthday weekend. I am. I will continue to. I'm going to eat at my favorite steak place tonight. My beautiful, lovely, incredible fiance is taking me out, and I could not be happier, man. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. I will tell you that. The happiest. But I do have to cheers and say to my mom and dad, who I wish were here celebrating with me on my birthday today, I wouldn't have made it without you. I would not have made it through without you. I would not have made it here without you. And they both knew how much I loved gaming as well. And they embraced that I was a gamer and never said, oh, don't play those silly games. They're always like, that's like his golf. That's like his getaway. That's like his meditation. So I got lucky, man. I got blessed with two incredible parents. You've collected all the level 4 emotes. Yeah, George and Donna. Cheers to George and Donna. Wouldn't be here without him. Thanks, Mox. Good to see you. Big Horsey, thanks for the follow. Bum, 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 bum. Dane, who are some of your favorite comedians? I could say this, ready? All of them. You should just say, are there a few that you don't like? Yes. It's like, I love them all, and there's a few that stink. I love all comedians, and then there's a couple that are terrible people. But I just love stand-up. I love the world. I love the whole thing about it. And more than anything, it's like, I know the sacrifice it takes to make it. I know that. There's a lot. It's hard. It's hard. No guarantees. Nobody cares. Nobody's trying to help you when you're coming up the ranks for those first many, many years. If you break too soon, you're not ready and the business will eat you alive. If you break too late, you're cynical and bitter and depressed. I was lucky I hit that sweet spot. I was so fortunate. I was just smart enough. And the things that I was still dumb at, luckily I could learn. And I wasn't older to where I felt like I'd passed my prime. I hit right on the sweet spot. And that's only because the minute I started touring those colleges, right around 93, I made sure every night I'd look at everybody's meet and greet, and I'd throw somebody a hug. I'd meet everybody. By the way, nobody did that. That was a fucking big no-no. A lot of comics. I remember David Cross telling me I was pandering to the crowd. I'm like, pandering? I'm trying to meet everybody so I know my audience. Like, that's like knowing your customers. I want to grow with my customers. I want to grow with my fans who become friends. And they were all like, you don't do that. I'd be fucking throwing a hug on every person in that audience after. And I'd be like, yo, hey, I want to make it. I'm trying to win. Throw me some support. You know, if I continue to be funny, will you fucking show me some support? Yeah, that's the deal. I got to work hard. Every time I come around, do the tour, you got to come out and see me. If I'm not good, then the word will get out. Maybe the third time around, you'd be like, hey, man, you know, you were leaning against the wall and going like, what, no. I'm here with my fucking katanas. Shing! So 31 years into it, I look and I go, man, I got really, again, blessed, you could say, to have hit when I did. And only because of the foundation of support from fans. That's it. I did my job, the fans did their job, and now we're all sitting here about to jump in and play some fucking Warzone. Was it heartbreaking when Johnny Carson retired when you were coming up? No, no, but I loved him. And I really did wish that I had a chance to do the show. But no. It's just me, JC, gifted 5 to the community. Thank you so much for the gifts. I'm surprised that you don't make more jokes when you play Warzone. But I don't do jokes. I'm not a joke person. I'm a storyteller. You know, I grew up watching Eddie Murphy. I grew up watching Carlin or Pryor, Bob Newhart. Stories, funny attitude, funny outcomes, laughs per minute. We call them LPMs in the business. Jokes are like Stephen Wright. Jokes are like Jeff Ross. I don't do jokes. So if I'm going to sit and joke, that wouldn't really be me on Warzone. You would not like that. You know, unless I say funny quips where like I say something like, look at this guy's dumb hat. He paid for this skin. Oh my, you know, that hat should come with a letter of apology. You want me to say shit like that? I just did. Pryor's your number one. Pryor's like tied for number one with me. Carlin, Pryor. I came up with Bill Burr. I used to have Bill Burr on my shows. Bill Burr was opening for me back in like 92, 93. Or we were all opening for each other, actually, back in 92, 93. Retaliation. Stanhope's your favorite? I love Stanhope. Burr's dope. Yeah, Burr's great. Burr's great. He's the funniest 70-year-old on the circuit. Dr. Gons, happy birthday, Dane. Thank you so much, Doc. I'm getting so many texts that my phone is dimming, where it's like it's not staying bright. All right, I'm going to pause it real quick. I'm going to use the bathroom. When I come back, I'll do one more sub shout out. Anybody wants to gift a sub, I'll pause it right here. I'll shout everybody out. If you gift a sub, if you follow me, maybe I'll even put on my cool glasses that I got. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's go. Outside. And we're back. All right, final shout out. Thanks for the candy. I've always loved stand-up for a few months. I wanted to attempt an open mic. Where should I go for it? I don't know where you should go. Should I go for it? Yeah, fuck yeah. Guys, all the new followers. Not the GOAT. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate the follow. Ooh, catching up here. Wow, a lot. Treebone, tier 1 sub, thank you. Orange Flash, thank you. Treebone, subscribe with Prime. Thank you, guys. All right, I'm jumping on. I'm going to grab a couple games. I'll see you guys over there in 30 seconds. Here we go.